Hello everybody and welcome to a really quick update video. I think that I will share this with one of my Hello Weekly posts that I've been doing at the very beginning of the week on Mondays on my website. I do a small Hello Weekly post. I do a recap of the projects I've worked on, and that is on my website, so you can always check that out. And I thought I would do a little studio video for you, show you around and what's happening in my office. I just got in here, my lights out, and you can see there's a bunch of stuff that I need to do and clean up. We have an air mattress down here because we've had some company and some craziness happening. So I have my iced tea and I'm going to take you around and we're going to get my office cleaned up, and then we're going to dive into projects and what I'm working on. So let's start over here. Of course, I have the air mattress. My lights are falling over, so that's not good. That's the only problem. I'll have to fix this when I'm not holding a camera. When the air mattress is down here, my lights go crazy. And then over here, I have a dress that I have to get fixed for Violet. Oh, I'm not a sewing kind of person, but she got this dress from Drama. They do a, I know it's hard to see, but let me just show you. They do a costume sell at the end of the year, and it's this really beautiful, like, gown. But the back, the zipper, oh, I wish some of my crafty friends that, oh, you can't even see. I wish some of my crafty friends that knew how to sew were around, because the whole zipper on the back is gone, and so I need to figure that out. So let's open up and get some light. Let me show you around. I have a gift for a friend. I'm going to fill the card out. I just got this little succulent. I actually was at the grocery store and I saw these, and I really need to get it to her before I probably should add a little water to it. So I picked that up. I'm going to do this card. And then the funny thing is that my friend gave me a gift in this bag. And so I'm going to reuse the bag and give it back to her. And you guys, the gift she gave me was amazing. It is this vintage camera. So it's this mini vintage Kodak camera, and it is so cute. I loved it. She got it at an antique store and she saw it and said she thought of me. And so that came in this bag. So I'm going to reuse the bag and give it back to her with this gift. So I have that. I have a PDF that I have to write for these two layouts. So I'm going to work on that. I still have the 6x6 paper that I need to get to my elementary school. And then I have these boxes. I should just throw them away. I was hanging on to them. They're these Project Life boxes that are really good quality. And then I have some of these like to-go container things, and I just haven't used them. And so I just need to get rid of them. And then I have some entry forms for my kids. Violet's going to enter this into our county fair. I have to pull some layouts because I am going to enter some of my layouts like I did a couple years ago. And then I have to clean this up. A friend dropped off some flowers and a card. And so I'm going to keep this lavender and dry it. And then I'll get rid of these other ones and clean this up. And then put the card, I think I will put in my Project Life album or I might put it in my mini album. So you'll see that too. So my sewing machine is over here because of the air mattress. But then over here, I have quite a few things. I need to put away this. I need to put away this cardstock. This is still my kids' school stuff that I have to go through. And then I have some stuff to put up here. Andrew's iPad is here and I have to clean all that up. So that's what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and get started, and I will show you the cleaned up version and then some of the projects I'm working on, but I'll work on them with you. And we'll just kick this week off. So let's get started. All right, so I just started by cleaning up a few things. I very desperately need to get photos printed. In fact, Project Life Weekly that is supposed to happen this Tuesday, which is tomorrow, I hope I have photos before that happens. I just have not gotten June printed, and I have some other things that need to get printed. And I've been using my mini printer. This is my selfie, Canon selfie. I really love it, but it's not the most cost effective to print at home. And then I do have my larger printer, but it's not great for photo printing. I have always wanted to invest in a photo printer for home, but just never been in the budget. You know, there's always been other things that I've had to prioritize. So I definitely need to get photos printed. And then I always start by cleaning off my counters, my tabletops. That's how I always start, even my cleaning in my house, is the counters and the tops of the tables have to be clean for me to be able to function. And so I did that. I cleaned up a few things by my computer, and then I moved over to my desk area. So just a quick cleanup. I thought I would share with you guys. I got an envelope out to get ready, and I filled the card out to give to my friend. And then let's jump back in and see my clean counters. All right, I have this whole area cleaned up. My iced tea is ready to go. We're gonna start some computer work. I have my gift for my friend that I will give her tonight. And then we haven't even started over here. I'm gonna vacuum in here. And that will help too. Living where we live, so much dried grass and weeds get tracked in. It's crazy. So we'll start on this half of the room next. Okay, this is my photo board that I just take photos with. And I do have a spot over by my computer for it, but I've been just leaving it over here where I can grab it. I know it's not like the prettiest thing to just leave sitting there, but that's what I've been doing. This is the Shark vacuum. It's the cordless one. It is amazing. I absolutely love it, and I do not regret spending the money on it because it was pretty expensive. Same thing with this little mini handheld rechargeable. It is amazing. I love it here in my craft room for I showed you doing the flower petals that fell. I just cleaned up over here, and then I also cleaned up my steps. Those are concrete steps, and they're just not really wide enough to put the vacuum up there. So I've loved both of these. They're amazing. This is amazing for the craft room. It has a couple different attachments and a high and a low. I just love it. And then this is my summer basket. It's my summer mini album basket, and I'm going to stick that right there. And then you see right next to it is my week in the life basket. And that is a great way to keep your projects separate. And then you can just pull things out when you're working on them. I need to work on my week in the life album. And so my summer album has to take a little bit of I need to take a little bit of a break from it. And so I'm just working on getting this cleaned up. I just vacuumed, and I'm going to take the vacuums and stuff up to the living room, and then I'm going to work on this. It's not too crazy, but I just pulled out some new stuff, and so I need to put that away. And then this is just my cord to keep my camera charged. All right, and just to wrap up this video, this is actually the very next day, but I did finish up in here. This is my project life stuff for the month I'm currently working on. And then this is I pulled out some extra product to work with my one little word. I shared that with my membership, how I was feeling really stressed about the project, and I almost just started the project all the way over and ripped up my album and started over, and it's like mid-year. And then instead of doing that, I went through my core kits, and I found a core kit that actually matches the paper that I'm using perfectly for one little word. So I pulled that out. I just stuck it in this container. I think I might put it down. I have an empty drawer down here. So I think I might just stick that in there because I don't need it out on my desk. I only work on one little word a couple times a month. And then these are some layouts from one of the most recent videos. This was my last stamping project for my stamp series, and I just need to put those up. I think actually both of these are for our family album, so I will maybe try to figure out where to put those. And then I just have another little small project going on with some daily journaling stuff that I'm doing. And so I just need to keep that out. But otherwise, there's a lot of stuff out, but I know where it all goes and I know what is being worked on. So that is my desk space. And then I have a couple stamps that I have gotten recently from Hepa. That is who she is. She is My Little Journal on YouTube, and I've just recently gotten these. And then I'm still using my Crafty Planner notebook, and that is still working out really well. So I just have my recent projects that I'm going to be working on, and I am ready to start crafting. So the thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get out my week in the life stuff, and I'm going to start putting my week in the life album, working on that. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed just seeing a little peek at my creative space and what I've been doing recently and getting it all cleaned up. It feels nice to have it ready to go and to be able to create. So thanks guys. I'll catch you in my very next video tomorrow, Tuesday, for Project Life Weekly. Thank you so much for checking out my video. Here on the screen are two of my most recent videos that you can check out if you would like. I would love for you to check out my membership if you would like more content, and I will be back later this week with more projects to share with you. I hope you have a wonderful day.